Jared Leto, frontman of 30 Seconds to Mars, now set to play Skeletor in the upcoming Masters of the Universe film. His casting as He-Man's iconic archenemy was first hinted at in September and now has been confirmed. Deadline also reports that 3 more actors have joined the live-action movie directed by Travis Knight for Amazon MGM and Mattel Films. These include Sam C. Wilson, Hafthor Bjornsson, and Kojo Ata, each portraying different villains. Kojo will take on the role of Triclops, a skilled swordsman and tech expert, while Hafthor plays the goat-like Goatman. Sam, meanwhile, is cast as Trapjaw, one of Skeletor's primary henchmen, known for his cybernetic weapon upgrades. The rest of the cast features Nicholas Galtzine as He-Man, Alison Brie as Evil Lynn, Idris Elba as Duncan, and Camila Mendez as Tila. While plot details are under wraps, Knight, known for Bumblebee, is directing from a script by Chris Butler. The film, based on the 1982 Masters of the Universe action figures and the 1983 animated series, will hit theaters in June 2026 after years of development delays and Netflix's recent cancellation due to budget issues. Blumhouse, on the other hand, is working on a new Mummy movie, 7 years after the last reboot attempt failed. The franchise, which began in 1932 as part of the Universal Classic Monsters collection with Boris Karloff, has seen various reboots over the years. Brendan Fraser starred in the popular Mummy movies from Stephen Sommers, and Tom Cruise led a 2017 reboot that was intended to kickstart a dark universe, but failed critically and financially. Blumhouse recently announced the new Mummy film via their Twitter page, revealing that writer-director Lee Cronin, known for Evil Dead Rise, is at the helm. The announcement, featuring a script page teasing the title Lee Cronin's The Mummy, confirmed the movie will release on April 17, 2026. In a statement, Cronin expressed his excitement, promising his version will be unlike any Mummy movie you ever laid eyeballs on before, and will dig into something very ancient and very frightening. This new reboot follows the success of Blumhouse's Invisible Man in 2020 and the studio's continued focus on Universal Classic Monsters, with a Wolfman reboot in development. Cronin's recent success with Evil Dead Rise, which became the highest-grossing film in that franchise, is certainly good news for fans of The Mummy. This year's Kung Fu Panda 4 was a massive hit, raking in over $500 million worldwide on an $85 million budget. And with that success, it's no surprise that Kung Fu Panda 5 is reportedly in development, according to Hollywood insider Daniel Richtman. While DreamWorks Animation hasn't officially confirmed anything, fans are pretty excited about where the story could go next. At the end of Kung Fu Panda 4, Po passed the title of Dragon Warrior to Zen, setting up the possibility that Part 5 might focus on Po training his successor, along with facing a new villain. It's also likely that Jack Black and Awkwafina will return to voice their characters. After an 8-year break, Kung Fu Panda 4 marked the franchise's return, with Po not only mastering his role as Dragon Warrior, but stepping into the role of a teacher, guiding the next generation of Kung Fu warriors while confronting a new threat, the Chameleon. The movie raised the bar visually with stunning locations and improved animation. Fans enjoyed a blend of fresh characters and nostalgic returns. The Kung Fu Panda series still resonates with audiences by blending its signature humor, action, and universal themes like self-confidence, identity, and community, all while celebrating Chinese culture and Hans Zimmer's iconic soundtracks. Although Sonic the Hedgehog 3 just hit theaters, one of the franchise's key writers, Pat Casey, is already celebrating the surprise announcement of Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Based on Sega's beloved video games, the Sonic movies have become some of Hollywood's most successful video game adaptations. Paramount Pictures recently confirmed that Sonic 4 is in development, with a planned release date in 2027, just one day before Sonic 3 premiered in theaters. In an interview with Screen Rant, Casey shared his emotional reaction to the news. Reflecting on the early days, he admitted that when the first movie was announced, expectations were so low that the project was a bit of a laughingstock. However, the success of the first 2 films changed everything. It's great to be part of a successful franchise, Casey said. When the first movie was announced, no one gave us a chance. It's really gratifying to have gotten the franchise to this point. With the first 2 films grossing over $725 million worldwide and Sonic 3 already expected to perform well, it's no surprise Paramount is moving forward with a 4th film. The series has grown into a blockbuster franchise, even attracting big-name talent like Idris Elba and Keanu Reeves. In 2018, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse introduced audiences to Brooklyn teen Miles Morales, voiced by Shameik Moore, and a multiverse of spider heroes revolutionizing superhero storytelling and animation. Then in 2023, Sony Pictures Animation released Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, taking the franchise to new dimensions, both figuratively and literally. Now, according to Deadline, Bob Persichetti and Justin K. Thompson, co-directors of Into and Across the Spider-Verse respectively, will return to direct the next installment, Beyond the Spider-Verse. We have had the immense privilege of being part of Miles' journey from the very beginning, and directing the conclusion to his story is beyond exciting, said Persichetti and Thompson. We have crafted what we feel is a very satisfying ending, and we can't wait for fans to experience it. We are bringing everything we've got. Franchise producers and co-writers Phil Lord and Chris Miller praised their return, saying Bob and Justin's fingerprints are woven into the DNA of these films, and their passion for Miles' journey shines through in every frame of his last adventure. With Sony Marvel's projects in flux, much is riding on Beyond the Spider-Verse. While plot details are still top secret, where the last movie left us was pretty exciting. Now it's up to Persichetti and Thompson to stick the landing. New images have been released for M3GAN 2.0, the sequel to 2023's hit film M3GAN. The original movie told the story of Gemma, an engineer who becomes the guardian of her niece, Katie, after her parents' death. To help care for Katie, Gemma creates M3GAN, a robotic AI companion, but things quickly spiral out of control. While the plot for M3GAN 2.0 is still under wraps, these new images offer some hints about what's to come. The first image from Entertainment Weekly shows M3GAN with a new look, still recognizable, but now dressed in a blue coat, marking a shift from her iconic outfit in the original film. The second image features Katie, now older, working with wires, possibly building another robot. Katie's development is clearly a central theme in the sequel, as she appears to be following in her Aunt Gemma's footsteps, honing her robotic skills. Despite M3GAN's apparent death in the first film, she's back for more. Director Gerard Johnstone explained, "We couldn't leave our girl out of it," adding that he wanted to give M3GAN multiple new looks in the sequel, saying she's a living doll, and part of the fun is being able to play dress-up. Wicked Part 2 has received quite an interesting title change ahead of its release next year. Universal Pictures has officially renamed the film Wicked for Good, as announced on Monday. This sequel to last month's successful Wicked movie is part of a two-film adaptation of the Tony Award-winning Broadway hit, which debuted on stage in 2003. Directed by John M. Chu, Wicked for Good is set to hit theaters on November 21, 2025. Starring Ariana Grande as Glinda and Cynthia Erivo as Elphaba, the second installment is highly anticipated, especially as the first film has already grossed over $520 million globally. The new title, For Good, refers to the well-known duet between Glinda and Elphaba, written by the musical's composer, Stephen Schwartz. The star-studded cast also includes Jonathan Bailey, Ethan Slater, Bowen Yang, Peter Dinklage, Michelle Yeoh, and Jeff Goldblum. Co-writer Winnie Holtzman, who penned both the film and stage version, humorously noted, "It's been running for 21 years, so spoilers are unlikely to surprise dedicated fans." It seems that Paramount Pictures is gearing up for another attempt to reboot the Power Rangers franchise with a new movie. Back in 2017, there was an effort to revive the Power Rangers on the big screen, but that version didn't take off. Afterward, Hasbro, Netflix, and Paramount had plans to create a Power Rangers cinematic universe, blending TV shows and films, but that idea never came to fruition. Now, according to Hollywood insider Daniel Rickman, a new Power Rangers movie is in early development at Paramount. Another source at Jinsaku confirmed that this will be a complete reboot, unrelated to the previous Netflix project. Reports suggest that Hasbro and Paramount have been negotiating for several months, making substantial progress toward securing the rights for the new film. If successful, Paramount and Skydance will retain media rights and are already moving quickly to develop the movie, with a planned theatrical release in late 2026. While there are no specific story details yet, fans can expect the classic action-adventure elements of Power Rangers. The key to success will be capturing the original tone and spirit of the franchise and delivering a story that resonates with both longtime fans and new audiences. Now for some sad news. After weeks of speculation, Warner Bros. And DC have officially confirmed that The Batman Part 2 has been delayed once again. The much-anticipated sequel is now slated for release in 2027, 5 years after the first film hit theaters and nearly 8 years since Robert Pattinson was cast as the iconic superhero. On December 27th, Deadline reported that after several weeks of rumors, Warner Bros. Has pushed the release date of The Batman Part 2 to October 1st, 2027. This marks the second delay for the film, which was initially set for release in October 2025 before being moved to October 2026 and now pushed even further. According to IO9, the delays are reportedly due to director and co-writer Matt Reeves' careful approach to the script. Reeves wants to ensure that the story is exactly right before moving forward with production. While this news may be disappointing for fans who have been eagerly waiting, it's not entirely unexpected. Earlier delays and the recent announcement of a Clayface movie, scheduled just before the original release window of The Batman 2, hinted that changes were coming. For now, fans can enjoy the Penguin spin-off series on Max, which continues to explore the gritty world of the Batman until the sequel's release in 2027. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.